Okay, I want to read an article from the magazine Slate. Skyscraper turns 9/11 into quiche. Kitsch. The new movie from The Rock, Dwayne Rock Johnson, turns the World Trade Center attacks into popcorn-friendly entertainment complete with a happy ending. Now, just while I'm talking about popcorn, there are popcorn churches now. Popcorn churches. We have one in our town. It's called Riviera Christian Center. Christian Center. Popcorn church and ice cream sundaes. You can go there to church on a Sunday and get an ice cream. And your popcorn. They were literally giving out popcorn during the service. What? Are you insane? Is it a theatre, movie theatre now? We're going to see Batman Rising as well. The Dark Knight Rises or something next. Well, if you look through the archives of that church, that so-called church, you'll see the movies that they've shown there. The Lion King. Oh, really? That's about Jesus Christ? Or is it about the devil? The movie Dirty Dancing. Okay, I'll just leave you to go and have a look at that if you want to. I'll continue with this article. Skyscraper turns 9/11 into quiche. Popcorn-friendly entertainment complete with a happy ending. Karl Marx said that history repeats as tragedy and then as farce. But in popular culture, the cycle doesn't stop there. Culture is how we metabolize history, breaking it down into smaller, more digestible chunks until all that's left is soft, sweet pap. That's how you end up with Thomas Kincaid's paintings of a rosy-cheeked Jesus strolling through a Gethsemane that looks like a melted crayon box. And it's how you get movies like Skyscraper, which regurgitates the collective horror of 9/11 and finger paints with the upchuck. The entertainment industry's first response to the attack on the World Trade Center was to pretend it never existed. The Twin Towers were removed from 2002's Spider-Man, and the following years, Men in Black 2 reinstituted its entire climax to eliminate the sight of them. But in the years that followed, Hollywood found other ways to channel this indelible images of their destruction. By the time Avatar, the movie, detonated the towering home tree and showering its worshippers with ash, the practice had become widespread enough to barely draw notice by the dumbed-down sheeple masses. And in the years since, we've become injured to and arguably inoculated against the sight of buildings bloodlessly smashed to smouldering bits, the casualties of their devastation implied but never dwelt upon. No, people don't think about these things. 9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was a sacrifice to the beast Obama to set up a Novus Ordo Seclorum New World Order. A new financial order. For all that, they exploited the atrocities of that day to give their world-shaking threats a little extra oomph. The movies kept 9/11 at a decree of remove. It was aliens, or giant robots, or why not giant alien robots tearing holes in the world? Not humans in the grip of an obscene ideology. But Skyscraper doesn't even try to cover its tracks. The villains who trapped Dwayne Johnson's family in the world's tallest building aren't terrorists, just crooks associated with a shadowy international crime syndicate. But once it's in motion, their plan starts to seem extremely familiar. Rather than attacking the base of the Pearl, which is the building, the skyscraper, an under construction monument to utopian capitalism that when completed will be the world's tallest building by several orders of magnitude. They target its upper floors, starting a fire midway up, 9/11, and disabling its anti-fire measures to turn the building into what one henchman proudly calls a $6.5 billion chimney. The fire starts on the 95th floor. The first plane, 9/11-2001, hit the World Trade Center's North Tower on the 95th floor. As at the World Trade Center, the elevators and stairwells leading to the floors above are rendered useless. But these bad guys didn't reckon with the Rock, or with the 100-story crane conveniently left standing just next to the Pearl side. Its elevator is unavailable as well, but Johnson isn't about to let that stop him. He simply scales its tower until it's above the fire line, uses the crane's hook to smash a hole in the building side, and then jumps, with no guarantee he'll be able to make his way out. Johnson's character, Will Sawyer, is established as a former Marine and FBI hostage negotiator in the film's opening scene, which invokes the spectre of terrorism by sending him up against a suicide bomber. He makes a terrible judgment, and the result hobbles him both literally and figuratively. But his behavior parallels that of the first responders who charged into the World Trade Center and in many cases never emerged. The difference is that Will isn't risking his own life out of a sense of duty or altruism. He's there to save his wife, played by Neve Campbell, who served as a combat medic in Afghanistan, and their 2 children. The future couple met when he was brought into the emergency room after the blaster took his lower leg, and so both their marriage and their offspring are byproducts of his trauma, a trauma he ends up re-experiencing in gaggingly on the nose fashion as he comes to their rescue. Ridiculous. Saddening. Sickening. The results naturally are happier this time, and they are for the audience too. Of course, it's got to entertain the masses. The producers appear to have heard Mark Wahlberg's claim that he could have prevented 9/11 less as an insensitive gaffe than as an elevator pitch. Like Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor, the movie, which contrived a vicious, victorious ending to a movie about a notorious defeat, Skyscraper allows us to live through a version of 9/11. I'll say that again. Skyscraper allows us to live through a version of 9/11 in which only the perpetrators perish and even the building is left standing. Oh my gosh. So should have the North and the South Tower been left standing, except they bombed the shit out of it. Literally loaded it with explosives and bombed the crap out of it. Its images of a collapsing superstructure aren't nearly as evocative as, say, the bombed-out landscape of 2005 War of the Worlds. There's no feeling to it, Skyscraper, and no respect. Just a literal-minded recapitulation of a national tragedy in the form of a popcorn movie. History repeats itself just as tragedy, then as farce, and if you wait long enough, as Kitsch, Kitsch. Please look that up, find the meaning. Skyscraper turns 9/11 into quiche. Popcorn-friendly entertainment for the dumbed-down masses with no thought of what really happened on 9/11/2001. This movie was released 6,148 days after 9/11. Thanks for listening.